Hey folks, today Amplus is turning 1 year old, so I wanted to talk a bit about our history and what happened over the past year, because a lot has happened really. So let's quickly go over it. On May the 26th of 2020, Amplus was founded and we started developing Amplissimus. Really funny story actually. We just hopped on Discord and Ludwig was like, hey, let's make an app. And I was like, yeah, cool. I wanted to do that too, but really never did it. And what kind of app? And Ludwig was like, I don't know, let's just do something. Let's maybe make better substitution plans. And I was like, hey, cool, let's do it. Those were the real OG days, where I was learning Flutter and Dart at the same time and not getting anything, and I was horrible at doing this shit and I fucked everything up, but it was fun. It was really rapid development. We had our first alpha developed within 5 days. Like, just look into the commit log, we were coding like for 5 hours a day at least, and that for like 1 or 2 weeks. We had one more alpha and a few more beta releases, but soon version 1.0.0 of Amplissimus was released on the 10th of June. So just a little over 2 weeks to get the first working, stable, kinda looking good version of Amplissimus out the door. That's really good. But to not stick with this story completely to Amplissimus, we also had a few other projects. I wanted to mention Ad Significamus, which was my personal project documenting DSB APIs. If you want to develop anything that has to do with DSB Mobile, look at it. It has a list of all of the libraries that you can use, and it has a lot of documentation around the currently most used APIs. So we kept pumping out new releases with new features and stuff until July. But in July there were a lot of friction started to show. There was a fight over technical as well as design decisions. If I still have enough time editing this, I will show you a screenshot of a design Ludwig made with the tab bar that was previously pretty basic, not that good, but it was okay, replaced by something that, in my opinion, is just complete bullshit. It's asymmetric, it doesn't support swiping anymore, it looks like Ludwig, what was wrong with you? What the fuck? That's just what I was thinking. And also there were a few other things that Ludwig implemented in a kind of, well, wouldn't do it this way. And then I changed them, and then he just changed them back randomly. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? Sometimes things we even briefly talked about. But at this point we weren't even doing development in Discord anymore. So these kind of fights led to me forking on 17th of July. I made Amplus, which is a joke on the name Amplus because you have Amplus and then you take like less and then you put it at the end and then it's Amplus, and it's also funny because it's almost the same like Amplus, and that just, it's a funny name and it sticks and it's good. So I forked and I came up with this name too then. So I forked Amplissimus to Amplissimus. And a few of my personal projects that were in Amplus I took with me. So for example, the Annos operating system. An operating system or another operating system. I started that as an Amplus project. And I took it over to Amplus. And now it's kind of an Amplus project again. Let's talk about that later. And then I worked a bit. We already were working on version 1.4 of Amplissimus. And I continued development a whole lot. And then I called it Amplissimus version 2.0. It was much improved, lot better. Hey, cool, super. I kept maintaining that shit. Kept doing it. and in late August there was a 1 month break between releases 2.1.1 and 2.1.2. And that was because I was developing DSB Untes and SC HTTP. Those are two packages that I still maintain at Amplus, and they are responsible for SC HTTP's kind of a lightweight re-implementation of the HTTP package, but, and that's the important bit, with caching. I don't know if you can get the HTTP pub package to do caching. I don't know. I don't think so. But the Dart.io package almost has HTTP built in, just in a broken way. And if you write like 30 lines of code, you have an HTTP client. And then you put some caching around that, and hey, it's by now like 150 lines of code. But that's not a lot for caching HTTP client. And DSB Untes is a like 500 lines of code library that deals with everything about DSB API and Untes parsing of substitution plans. It works. It has been working for a long time. It's cool. And I did it in late August. Although at that time, Amplessimus and Ludwig's fake Amplissimus, or Amplissimus in quotes, I didn't mention this till now, but Ludwig on his own created an Amplissimus app that had nothing to do with Amplus or the actual Amplissimus app. It was just for Android, written in Java. Bullshit, in my opinion, looked like ass, worked okay, had a few unique features that Amplessimus learned from, but in general, I still have the question of why. Why would you do this? But hey, it was that way. Amplessimus and fake Amplissimus were split apart, but despite that, we still made Amplus 2. We did projects like Abacus, like AASLF, and then Collards Collection actually, which is a school project. Whatever. So there was cooperation again. Just Amplessimus and fake Amplissimus were split apart. Then Amplessimus 3.0 hit, big redesign, much better. Seriously, Amplessimus 3.0 was the modern Amplessimus and Amplissimus. Everything before that looked just kind of a lot worse. And also it kind of introduced the modern Amplessimus versioning system. And then finally in March of 2021, we had the big reunion. Kann ich da ein Real-Life-Bild von dir reinmachen? We got reunited. That's really cool thing. We had Amplissimus 4.0, which again did a lot of design changes. I don't want to say that any of these were really necessary, but Ludwig wanted to do them and I was like, yeah, that's not really worse. Better, kind of, yeah. Let's do them. And this is kind of already the modern age of Amplus. Like, I'm right now just telling the past 2 months and everything has been going great. We have had a big success story with the programming language AdScript. It's pretty much production ready, one could say. Like, it hasn't had a change within a week and it works. So it's pretty cool. It's a success story. We want to make a text editor called AdScriptum, and Vim is garbage, Emacs is garbage, VS Code and Atom belong in the bin of not really bad ideas, but no, they don't work, especially Atom. Don't want to hate on you people, but the Vim mode in Atom already is garbage, so who wants to use that shit? And VS Code is sometimes a good idea, but often not. And I'm using Emacs right now, but it really has a big pile of problems. And Vim is kind of fine, but lacks a lot of features. So we're gonna make another text editor. Mainly better performance and less warts than Emacs. And then also in the last few weeks, there was another event because Annos got discontinued and now we have Amplus 2. Annos was taken over by me to Amplus 2, and now it got discontinued and deprecated in favor of Amplus 2, which is the Amplus 2 operating system. And actually progress has been pretty fast, and Ludwig has done nothing. That's really interesting. And now, Amplissimus-wise, we're in the middle of releasing 5.0. Actually, it's just me, because Ludwig has done nothing for this release so far, and I don't really expect him to do a lot, because pretty much we're done, other than like final bug fixes. I mean, we only have a few hours remaining, so there can't be that many changes. And Ludwig's sleeping right now, probably, like any sane person should do. So we're in the present then. I told you everything I should have. So I'm done. I wouldn't have expected that it would take me more than half an hour to record this. Let's just finish this and say, that was a nice video about Amplus and our history. Happy 1 year of Amplus, and ciao guys. Oh wow. That was fun. Kann ich noch Deutsch? Ich glaube schon. Digga, jetzt muss ich das Ganze schneiden. Das wird jetzt echt spaßig. Oh Gott. Ich hoffe, ich kriege das überhaupt noch bis in den Abend hin. Ohne irgendwie so insane zu gehen oder so. Day 573 of quarantine. Whatever. Day 547 of quarantine. I'm completely going insane. I right now have a blanket over my head. I'm recording with a USB mic that I stole from my dad. I don't even know on which YouTube channel this video is gonna get released. But I'm releasing it, and it has to drop within the next less than 20 hours. It's 3 a.m. I'm in the kitchen. I'm speaking into a mic that I stole from my dad. I'm completely insane.